And welcome to Take on Mars, everyone, where I am going to change plan, mainly because going for plastic is a waste of time. I don't have enough food to survive. The scenario is still being worked on. So I'm going to play with the setting up the outpost. Even if really I can't fully set it up since one of the component requires plastics, which I can't make. This is Take on Mars. It is a game that is a decade old, and it was abandoned. So, it's a little glitchy. There is an active community for it. People are make like this is a scenario somebody on the Discord made. But there is no support for the game. The game is incomplete. Having said that, if you enjoy these kind of survival games, it's fun. It is very slow paced. While I won't claim that it is a game purely realistic, there is an effort made for things to feel real. In some case, it goes a little too far. The fact that plastic is required for some vital items. Like, I cannot make food until after I get plastic, and it's nearly impossible to make plastic. Like, it's very, very time consuming, very expensive in material. So yeah, like we would have needed a food making device or a food growing device that's one tier below that's one tier below the one in the game that doesn't require plastic. The game actually has two gameplay, and they're both about Mars. One is about exploring Mars via rover. That section feels somewhat complete. Like, I suspect that that's this part of the game they worked on first. And basically you send rovers to Mars, you have objective to accomplish, and then you advance. You get money, you do research, you build a better rover, you over and over and over again. And I don't know if the scenarios eventually transition you to have the manned mission, but you can play that individually. And it's basically, yeah, you are sent to Mars as the first colonist, and you go from there. I have played the regular game. The regular game is too short, but what is there is interesting. And but yeah, like I enjoy it quite a lot. I'm somebody on the Discord recommended a different scenario that covers the basics so that you can actually get going. And yeah, that's what I want to try. That's when I want to see what will happen. But yeah, you do spend most of your time waiting for stuff to be mined. As I said, there's an effort made for things to be realistic. And that means things take time. And that might be the most annoying thing to some player, the fact that this is so slow. I enjoy that aspect up to a point. Like I spoke with the person who created this scenario, and I suggested that they add another spool of power cable, because only 5 power cable is very limiting when it comes to advancing our technology. Because we've got 4 solar panels, so that's 4 cables, and that leaves only 1 cable to connect to our machine. So we have to constantly switch machines back and forth. Which is not a problem per se, but it becomes a problem when you consider that you need plastic to make more cables. So, you find yourself in a position, okay, what am I supposed to do now? Because all I can do is sit down and wait. I can't multitask. So, how much I got plenty. So, I stay in my tent to protect myself from radiation, and I wait for the mining to be done. Then I process that, and I decide what I do after that. But as I said, it makes for a slow game. Also, the food that the person creating the scenario provided is not good food. It barely gives any calories, which means we're always eating and we're going through it very quickly. Ultimately, that's actually the big problem in this scenario. If the food was better, I would have the time probably to make everything I need to make. Um, I have looked for ways to just give myself the food I need, and I can't work that out. I do have a couple of mods. One lets me sleep through the night, because with only solar power, not being able to sleep through the night becomes problematic very quickly. I'm going to recharge my suit's oxygen. We are going to have a solar flare in 5 minutes, which means I am not leaving this tent until afterward because these things dump a lot of radiation in the atmosphere. All right. That is done. Mars rock goes here. Did I move everything? Is that set up properly? These are connected. Stone, magnesium. All right. Now I need power. One of the mod is these cables that lets these guys go directly to these tanks. So I don't have to constantly move those tanks. And these are, there's a lot of overflow in those, a lot of oxygen, a decent amount of silicone, decent amounts of aluminium. This is magnesium oxide, but I don't get a lot of it. So right now I don't mind moving it by hand. Right, I said I wasn't going to go out. You know what? Let's get you going again while I wait this out, because that's going to be painful if I'm exposed. And the fact that my tent protects me, that's also a mod. The vanilla tent does not protect from radiation. Very few things protect from radiation in vanilla. And radiation was just killing me. I didn't like things don't happen quickly enough. So that I would have died of radiation. All right. So I'm gonna need an airlock. Outpost. Airlock and door. So there is no floor. Holy cow, that stuff's expensive. For 226, so that's going to be probably this size. Yeah, that's a good size. Of course, watch me needing something else to be able to set that up. Like something like this. Base platform. Watch me needing that to be able to set that up. Oh, that's way bigger than I thought still. Yep. Okay. That means I need more stone. That means more waiting. I guess we're gonna eat again. Like I said, that's the problem with the food. These food are actually made to be vitamins instead of food. I'm not really sure. That's a mod, so I'm really not sure what the thought process was behind them. But if I look at this is the default food, it gives 850 calories and a few vitamins. That's interesting. I had not noticed that. I tried. I wanted to add in food, add in the those default foods, but I can't figure out how. I can't. I'm not a modder. There's a dev mode, but I can't work out how to add stuff in it. I am no good at that kind of stuff. Which is why I'm going to try the other scenario. And another element that's of the game that's less interesting is if I tab out, the game pauses. So I can't set myself up like this, then tab out to do something else and come back. No, no, I've got to be locked on the game all the time. One of the problem I may have is I may very well have exhausted the stone here, which could be why this is taking so long. The problem is I can't know where to go because I am not showing up on here. And I can't see the resources without without taking a sample and analyzing it, and that all take plastic. So I can't do that. But it may be worth, well, I mean, I don't know that it's worth anything. Not even 100 calories. Ugh. Actually. Yeah, I'm losing power. I'm going to switch to the other one. Actually, there would be a way to know what 20 meters is. All right, you know what? That's actually a valid suggestion. Whoa, get back here. Be... Yeah, no stone here. What the hell? That sent me for quite the spin. I'm lucky I didn't break anything. Alright, so I have found a spot that's got stone. Hello, what's up? No, I am not getting plastic at all in this game. The plastic is too complicated, and I'm running out of food. And yeah, and I've exhausted the stone in this area, so yeah, not happening like this. Yeah, basically next Monday. On Monday, I'm going to start to a different scenario, one that someone tells me is better balance to at least allow us to get some plastic. Nope, I need plastic to grow my own food. Let's see, to grow my own food, I need to be in a sealed environment, which require plastic to finalize. I need to make a hydroponics box, which requires plastic to make. The game should have a lower tier hydroponics box that's basically just a cardboard box but lights above that we can at least stretch what we already have. But yeah, the and like it's not like I knew that this. You know what? Let's just eat all of them. There's barely any nutrition in any of these, so. And that is my last container of food. I got plenty to drink, though. I got all of that to drink, plus what's in this guy, what's in that guy, and what's in this guy. So liquids are not a problem at all. What the hell? But for the rest of the week, I'm simply going to see about building uh, playing basically working on the outpost. See, I can't finalize it because it needs plastic to finalize. The basically the survival panel requires plastic. Um, it really makes me wonder what the plan was for the vanilla game ultimately. Like, was the plan only a bunch of scenarios, or just the 6 scenarios and then the game is over? Or were they going to create an official survival setup? Open world kind of thing. And I, because the way it is right now, it really does not. What the hell? Oh, that's the panel that I made. Okay. It doesn't quite add up right now. Well, yeah, like the six scenarios. But the thing is, right, the way it ends, the sixth one sends you back to Earth. Possible, but they abandoned the game before that. So, and the reason they abandoned it is that the game was not bringing in the money they needed. The uh, the dev is actually on the Discord and they show up once in a while. So a few days ago, they were there, and I actually asked, what caused the game to be abandoned. Um, and like so people are building scenarios and all that. Like I said, I'm hoping that the next one will be better balanced. And yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really hoping it get real food. I mean, it doesn't say that it needs any mods. So I'm hoping that it's all vanilla stuff. Because this scenario required the food mod that includes the food that he put in. But the thing is, he didn't realize it was junk food, like it wasn't good food. So I'm hoping he's going to update that. Well, that they are going to update that when they update the scenario. But personally, the biggest annoyance is the fact that there's a limited amount of stone per grid. Which means that you reach a point where you're basically not getting anything out of the mining. That to me makes very little sense. Yeah, I know. Yes, it is a limitation of the base game. A few people made mods that um, are supposed to increase how much resources is in the ground, but I haven't been able to get one of those to work. I may I may. I've only played with those that add like did a 2 times 2 times 4 times 5 multiplier, but I think there's one that gives infinite resources, and I might actually try that. See if I can get that to work. All right, it is done. All right, just missing. we start on the last of the food. I need more iron than that? Okay, I guess we need more iron than that. So. Actually. Come on, give me. Thank you. Um, I'll be right back. Holy bleep. Okay. Yeah, this ain't gonna work. All right. I am going to see if the unlimited resources is going to work. Yeah, the mods for this game are kind of nice in that they're pretty quick. I mean, I had already subscribed to it on Steam, but it looks like it only works with brand new game because this is not affecting that. So you know what? Let's see what the other scenario looks like. Exile Survival is what this one is called. Okay, so we start in here. We've got actual food. We've got food. We've got a tent. Oh, we've got one of the good suits. Actually, you know what? How about no? Man, this thing is big. There we go. Well, we got plenty of oxygen. That's good. And we've got equipment. Okay, so... Ooh, we start... No, that's the small... Oh, that's the big. And there's the rock. That's the big one as well. Guys don't have power. We've got two of you. We've got two of you. Okay, that's not horrible. Damn it, we only have one spool of cable. Oh, wait, we've got a spool on the ground. So that makes... Oh, and we already have stuff connected. Oh, I see. Okay, so you guys are already connected. Okay. Oh, we've got containers here. Containers of oxygen over here. And containers of methane. Okay. So considering that this thing's not moving... All right, so as usual, the first thing I need to do is get myself going on a on a modular printer. What power am I generating? I am not generating a lot. And one of the annoying thing with this being up there is that cleaning them is gonna be hard. Because these things have to be cleaned. Whee! Kind of regularly, actually. But okay, so I can come up here. It's not that bad. But okay. Okay, so cable surfing, not a safe thing to do. Really? I've already damaged my suit again? Just by tangling myself. What did I do? I cable surfed. Basically, one of the things that can happen in this game when you grab a cable is if you happen to stand on the cable when you pull it, it launches you. And when you impact something, you get damaged. Basically, you know the advice don't run with scissors? Well, this game, it's don't run with cables. All right, I am going to go check stuff, actually. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. we're going to put you here. And how will I be able to tap into resource mods works? And have I checked to see that you have food, drink? I have checked that I've got food and drinks. As for the mod itself, I'm actually only going to know over time. Because if this starts slowing down, then I don't have... Then I don't have it. I don't have any. Then it didn't take. Why is there food on the ground? We've got flares, food, water and food. And there's plenty on the ground as well. Is there anything in front? Nope. No lab equipment. On the downside, I do not have a medical reader, which means I am not going to be able to know. Oh, there's the old suit. What my state is. Well, I might actually not save. I might actually start from scratch tomorrow and be a little more careful with my cables. Because my suit is currently damaged enough that I think I could kill him. I could die. And I have nothing to repair it, and I don't think I can make patches because those require plastic. Yeah, fabric, glue, and plastic. Yeah, nothing of that is getting made. That's done. About So I'm going to grab one of you guys. You are going to be my oxygen. I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this. Like I said, I am not going to be... But yeah, my suit is sufficiently damaged that any movement I do is exertion, and I could die of it. All right, so yeah, I am going to be playing this scenario going forward. And I am going to bring the game to an end, the stream to an end right now. Alrighty, so let's see if anyone I know is streaming today. Nope. Alrighty. Thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by and keeping me company. I thank you, Zorth. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you, anyone else I may have missed. I will be back tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, for more Take on Mars, restarting a scenario. Trying not to kill myself from the get-go, the way I'm currently doing. I hope to see you then. If I do not, I hope you have a good rest of the week, a good weekend when it arrives, and I will see you when I see you.